Shalom, Grand Rising. Let's give all praises, fear, and glory and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash. Peace and blessings to you, brothers and sisters. Shalom to the elect. And let's start reading 2 Samuel chapter 23. It says, "Now these be the last words of David. David the son of Jesse said, and the man who was raised up on high, the anointed of power of Jacob, and the sweet psalmist of Israel said, the Spirit of the Lord spoke by me, and his word was in my tongue. The power of Israel said, the rock of Israel spoke to me. He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yoshai." And the Lord is allowing us to rule over men. We're not under men. We're over because we have Yahushai, and that gives us authority. We're ruling over this world. It says, "He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yoshai, and he shall be as the light of the morning, when the sun riseth, evening a morning without clouds, as the tender grass springing out of the earth by clear shining after rain. Although my house be not so with power, yet he hath made with me an everlasting covenant, ordered in all things, and sure, for this is all my salvation, and all my desire. Although he make it not to grow, but the sons of Belial shall be all of them as thorns thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hands. But the man that shall touch them must be fenced with iron and the staff of a spear, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in the same place. These be the names of the mighty man whom David had: the Tachamonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. The same was Adino the Esnite. He lift up his spear against 800, whom he slew at one time. And after him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo the Ahoite, one of the three mighty men with David, when they defied the Philistines that were there gathered together to battle, and the men of Israel were gone away. He arose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand clave unto the sword. And the Lord wrought a great victory that day, and the people returned after him only to spoil." Wow. See, the warriors of the Lord, we fight the battle for our people. So to protect our people. We're not doing it for the spoils. But see, our people, they will return when things get easy. They want the reward without the work. They want the spoils and reward without fighting and putting your life on the line. Verse 11, "And after him was Shammah the son of Agi the Hararite, and the Philistines were gathered together into a troop, where was a piece of ground full of lentils, and the people fled from the Philistines. But he stood in the midst of the ground, and defended it, and slew the Philistines. And the Lord wrought a great victory. And 3 of the 30 chiefs went down and came to David in the harvest time unto the cave of Adullam, and the troop of the Philistines pitched in the valley of Rephaim. And David was then in an hold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. And David longed and said, "Oh, that one would give me drink of the water of the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate." And the three mighty men broke through the host of the Philistines and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless, he would not drink thereof, but poured it out unto the Lord. And he said, "Be it far from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Is not this the blood of the men that went in jeopardy of their lives?" Therefore he would not drink it. These things did these three mighty men. And Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief among three, and he lifted up his spear against 300 and slew them, and had the name among three. Verse 19, was he not most honorable of three? Therefore he was their captain. Howbeit he attained not unto the first three. And Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man of Kabzeel, who had done many acts, he slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. He went down also and slew a lion in the midst of a pit in time of snow. And he slew an Egyptian, a goodly man, and the Egyptian had a spear in his hand. But he went down to him with a staff, and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand, and slew him with his own spear. And these are acts of warriors that we see, and that happened. Are the men of the Lord, like David, he didn't back down when everybody else retreat. He kept his ground and received the victory. And the same thing with who is it? Benaiah, right? Benaiah, he slew an Egyptian with his own spear. Verse 23, he was more honorable than the 30, but he attained not to the first three, and David set him over his guard. Asahel, the brother of Joab, was one of the 30. Elhanan, the son of Dodo of Bethlehem, Shammah the Herodite, Elika the Herodite, Helez the Paltite, Ira the son of Ikesh the Tekolite. Let me jump down to chapter 24. 2 Samuel chapter 24. It says, "And again the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, Go, number Israel and Judah. For the king said to Joab, the captain of the host, which was with him, Go now through all the tribes of Israel, from Dan even to Beersheba, and number ye people, that I may know the number of the people. And Joab said unto the king, Now the Lord thy power add unto the people, how many soever they be, an hundredfold, and that the eyes of my lord the king may see it. But why doeth my lord the king delight in this thing. Notwithstanding, the king's word prevailed against Joab and against the captains of the host. And Joab and the captains of the host went from the presence of the king to number the people of Israel. And they passed over Jordan and pitched in Aroer on the right side of the city that lieth in the midst of the river of Gad, and toward Jazer. Then they came to Gilead and to the land of Tahatim, and they came to Danjan and about to Zidon, and came to the stronghold of Tyre, and to the cities of Havites and of the Canaanites, and they went out to the south of Judah, even to Beersheba. So when they had gone through all the land, they came to Jerusalem at the end of 9 months and 20 days. And Joab gave up the sum of the number of the people unto the king. And there were in Israel 800,000 valiant men that drew the sword, and the men of Judah were 500,000 men. And David's heart smote him after that he had numbered the people. And David said unto the Lord, I have sinned greatly in that I have done. And now I beseech thee, O Lord, take away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly. For when David was up in the morning, the word of the Lord came unto the prophet Gad, David's seer, saying, Go say unto David, This saith the Lord, I offer thee 3 things, choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee. So Gad came to David and told him, and said unto him, Shall 7 years of famine come unto thee in thy land? Or wilt thou flee 3 months before thine enemies, while they pursue thee? Or that there be 3 days pestilence in thy land? Now advise and see what answer I shall return to him that sent me. And David said unto Gad, I am in a great strait. Let us fall now into the hand of the Lord, for his mercies are great, and let me not fall into the hand of men. So let me get the word. The brother always goes into it. Being in a strait. In 2 Samuel chapter 2, chapter 24. See verse 14. Okay, the word straight. All right. Narrow, tight, right, straight, distress. So we're in a tight space. Is giving us when you're in a tight place, it's giving you pressure. It's when you press something like iron, right? It gets stronger, and it's a tight road. It's a narrow path the Lord is testing us with. Just to bind, be narrow, be in distress, besiege, be straightened. Right, we're being straightened like a sword. So this being straight is a narrow path. It's a path that's allowing us to be straightened. It's a path that's teaching us how to prepare ourselves, like a instrument of war. You got to make sure it's shaped, and straightened and strong enough. 2 Samuel 24 verse 15. So the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning even to the time appointed, and there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men. And when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, the Lord repented him of the evil and said to the angel that destroyed the people, "It is enough. Stay now thy hand." And the angel of the Lord was by the threshing place of Aruhana the Jebusite. And David spoke unto the Lord when he saw the angel that smote the people, and said, Lo, I have sinned, and I have done wickedly. But these sheep, what have they done? Let thine hand, I pray thee, be against me and against my father's house. And Gad came that day to David, and said unto him, Go up, rear an altar unto the Lord in the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite. And David, according to the saying of Gad, went up as the Lord commanded. And Araunah looked and saw the king and his servants coming on toward him. And Araunah went out and bowed himself before the king on his face upon the ground. And Araunah said, Wherefore is my lord the king come to his servant? And David said, To buy the threshing floor of thee, and to build an altar unto the Lord, that the plague may be stayed from the people. And Araunah said unto David, Let my lord the king take and offer up what seemeth good unto him. Behold, here be oxen for the burnt offering, for a burnt sacrifice, and the threshing instruments, and other instruments of the oxen for wood. And all these did Araunah as a king gave unto the king. And Araunah said unto the king, The Lord thy power accept thee, and surely, the king said unto Araunah, Nay, but I will surely buy of thee a price. Neither will I offer burnt offerings unto the Lord my power of that which doeth cost me nothing. So David bought the threshing floor and the oxen for 50 shekels of silver. And David built there an altar unto the Lord, and offered burnt offerings and peace of offerings. So the Lord was entreated for the land, and the plague was stayed from Israel. It's beautiful. So, see, when we give up sacrifice to the Lord, it needs to be from the heart. And David, he didn't want to sacrifice things that were free for him. He wanted to buy it. He wanted to, invest. And something about investing, redeeming, and charity is that you need to give things that you like time and money. These things are part of your life. You need to invest time to get money. And we don't have all the time of the world. Only the Lord knows how much time we have. And when he sees that you invest time in the Lord, that's a sincere sacrifice, because you're feeding the sheep. You're growing in the spirit. You're seeking understanding. And the Lord will be pleased with you and not bring evil upon you. He will cover you. And that's important to know, because we are rulers. We are kings. And we have a responsibility of not going off. This is Isaiah 47. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yet thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and will not meet thee as a man." And the Lord is speaking to the tutors of our people, the wicked of our people. They are hiding. They are wolves in sheep clothing. And they are daughters of the Chaldeans. They're become heathens. They are daughters of Babylon. They have joined together, you see. So verse 4 says, "As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms." So Babylon and this beast system, this wicked kingdom is done. It's stuck in darkness. It's underground. And also, you false prophets and you false brothers that sold out and made a covenant with our enemies. You guys are also in the dark and in the ground. Verse 6, "I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy, and upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke." Right? They don't have mercy on our people. This place don't have no mercy on our people. They see us in the bottom, and they wanna kick us. They wanna stomp us. Verse 7, "And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given into pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saying in thy heart, I am none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither should I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and the widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, None seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. The desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up. and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Whoo, right. So if you trust in these things, you trust in false prophets, you trust on stargazers, go to them, tell them to save you, right? Because the Lord, he's only supping and saving the righteous, the one that follow him, the one that he knows, that seek the Lord early. It says verse 14, behold, they shall be as stubble, right? Verses and say and says, stand up and save thee from these things as shall come upon thee, right? So tell them to save you, right? Since you trust and you follow these false prophets and these false idols. It says, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame, there shall not be a coal to warm it, there should not be a coal to warm it, nor fire to sit before it. Thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. Verse 48. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swear by the name of the Lord, and make mention of the Lord of Israel, but not in truth, nor in righteousness. For they call themselves of the holy city, and stay themselves upon the power of Israel. The Lord of hosts is his name. I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I showed them. I did them suddenly, and they came to pass, because I knew that thou art obstinate, and thy neck is an iron sinew, and thy brow brass. I have even from the beginning declared it to thee. Before it came to pass, I showed it thee, lest thou shouldest say, my idol hath done them, and my graven image and my molten image hath commanded them. Thou hast heard, see all this, and will not yea declare it? I have showed thee new things, didst not know them? I have showed thee new things from this time, even hidden things, that thou did not know them. They are created now and not from the beginning, even before the day when thou heardest them not, lest thou shouldest say, behold, I knew them. Yet thou heardest not, yet thou knowest not, yet from that time that thine ear was not opened, for I knew that thou wouldest deal very treacherously, and was called a transgressor from the womb. For my name's sake will I defer my anger, and for my praise will I refrain from thee, that I cut thee not off. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. For my own sake, even for my own sake will I do it. For how should my name be polluted? And I will not give my glory unto another. Verse 20. Go ye forth of Babylon, flee ye from the Chaldeans, with a voice of singing. Declare ye, tell this, utter it even to the end of the earth. Say ye, the Lord hath redeemed his servant Jacob, and they thirsted not when he led them through the deserts, and he caused the waters to flow out of the rock for them. He clave the rock also, and the waters gushed out. There is no peace, saith the Lord, unto the wicked. Beautiful. So the Lord gives peace unto the righteous, gives us to drink and to eat, even in the wilderness. But the wicked, they have no rest, they have no peace, they have no protection, because they've put their trust in idols and false things. So the Lord said, go make them save you. Because these things, they don't have no power. They can't even deliver themselves. But yeah, our people are so foolish to think that these things are going to save them. So you brothers and sisters, stay strong. Let's give all praises, fear, and glory, and honors to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Shalom.